Hello Cosmic Dragon friends, welcome to this new reading that I have for you today, which is a message from your divine soul, from a wiser, higher aspect of self that has a message for you right now. This is not the reading I was expecting to do today or even planning to do today, but my guides were very insistent this was the reading I had to do, so here we are. Now you'll notice I've put a little charm on each pile of cards here, and so you can select either the number pile or the charm that you like best. See what you feel drawn to, and there will be of course timestamps in the description below. So pile 1, we have this little crescent moon charm here. I believe that's a waxing moon. Pile 2, we have a hand of Hamsa. Then pile 3, we have a pentagram, so 5-pointed star in a circle. And then pile 4, we have a butterfly. So see which pile you feel most drawn to. You can listen to more than one. If you don't feel drawn to any of them, there might not actually be a message here for you today, because that is always the case with group readings. It's not guaranteed that there will be a message for you, but you are welcome to listen anyway. So I will see you in your readings. Hello pile 1, you've chosen the pile of cards with the Crescent Moon charm, so we will pop that over here and let's take a look at your first cards. So we have number 45, Parrot Spirit, watch your words. We have number 4, Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. And number 18, Deer Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Okay, so I feel like for you today, the message is really one of balancing opposite forces, balancing opposites perhaps within yourself. Maybe you want to get a message across to somebody, and it's a finding a way of being diplomatic when we have both the parrot spirit and the deer. I want to say communication needs to have some diplomacy. Yes, it's okay to speak up and say what you need to say, but you don't have to be unkind about it. You don't have to be, pushy or unduly unkind about it. You can be gentle with your words. You can be diplomatic with your words. I feel diplomacy is very much needed in this situation. I think that's what your soul really wants you to know, to get the best out of this situation. Diplomacy, kindness, empathy, seeing the other person's point of view. And not just in one situation necessarily, it could be in many situations in your life right now. Yes, it's good to stand up for what you believe in. It's really good to be yourself, of course, but there's a way to do it. You know, we do live in society with other people and we have to be able to get on with them. And it's not always for someone else to accommodate for us, to make changes for us. We have to meet them halfway at least. There is no reason that we can't all get along. And the real reason that we don't generally get along is because people don't want to, because they're not really trying, they're not trying hard enough. And there is a message here as well that you are only in control of yourself. You're only in control of yourself and what you choose to do. And when we try to get other people to act in certain ways for our benefit, that's manipulative. Okay, we might think we're right and we've got right on our side, but it's still manipulative. All right, we might think we're doing the right thing and it's good for them, but it's still manipulative. So there is a suggestion here that manipulation could be something that maybe you're tempted to do or find yourself doing without really realizing it, because it's very easy to be manipulative without realizing that we are. So I do want you to be gentle with yourself as well, because I feel with the deer spirit on 18-9, I think perhaps you've experienced some difficulties in your past where people were harsh with you, so perhaps you think that's normal. Perhaps that was your experience, so why shouldn't you talk to other people that way, or why shouldn't you treat other people in that way if you had to be treated that way too? So that it could be about being gentler with how you approach other people, I feel, as well. But there's certainly a message of authenticity here, which comes through in the Badger Spirit on a very sort of grounded number 4 here. So I want to say this could be at work. We could be talking about work and career here. Not necessarily, because of course this is a group reading, so it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. So take the bits that resonate for you, that make sense for you, leave the parts that don't. Not everything will necessarily make sense for everybody who watches this. But certainly it is important with the parrot spirit for you to be very careful about what you say, how you say it, and who you say it to. That much I will say. And not just in person either. When we're communicating with other people online as well, we should be, well, I don't like to use the word should, but we can be more mindful with our words, shall we say. We can definitely be more mindful, be kinder with our words. So I'm just going to bring in a couple of these cards now from the Nature Speak Oracle. Right. incarnation, follow your passion. Yes. Sunrise and sunset, new doorways. How exciting. And beach power in prayer. Lovely. I really like that, because with the Badger Spirit telling you to be bold, it does feel like a new direction. So I'm drawn back to work again with follow your passion. It could well be something to do with work or study or just lifestyle, how it is that you want to live. Which is fine, you know, if you're excited about something, you're fired up and it's something that you really love with the beautiful pink carnations that really light you on fire, then that's the direction for you. And we do have this new beginning here with sunrise and sunset. And I feel with the power in prayer card coming with the beech tree could be a good wood for you to work with at the moment, a good tree for you to work with. I feel like your soul really wants to remind you that you are this divine being. You have access to God. You are connected to God. I mean, ultimately, we are all one with God. It doesn't feel like it, does it, at the moment in this incarnation? And that's kind of the point. But there is this reminder that you are more than just a mere little human being. You are a divine being, and you can call on the divine. You can petition the divine to help you. Okay, the power of prayer, power in prayer. Remember all that you can create with all of the aspects of you. You don't only have to work with the small aspect. The soul is there to work with you. The higher aspects of self, the higher wisdom is there to work with you as well. The higher heart, the higher spiritual abilities, they're all there to work together. And it does feel like there is a new beginning coming for you with this sunrise and sunset. So it's about endings and beginnings right now. But the reminder is there that it's not just what you do, it's also how you do it. And that is very, very important. That is always something to remember. So let's just bring in one of these. Yeah, this is from the sea. Oh, that one wants to come out. Grounding. Got another tree there. That's interesting. We've got like a tree of life here. So number 6, grounding. Very connected to environmental matters here, connected to earth and trees. With this one connected to Gaia. But there's also this soul star, the Earth's soul star way up here. So it's a reminder here to work with your higher abilities, to work with the higher aspects of self. They are always there for you. You are not just a lowly human being working on your own. You are this amazing spiritual being having a human experience. And with number 6 as well, it does talk about grounding. So being grounded, making sure that that you're not too much up in your head, that you are very much aware of what's actually going on around you, and you're not being too idealistic perhaps, or maybe being unreasonable about what you're expecting other people to be able to do or accept or be okay with. All right, it's absolutely okay to be yourself, but you don't have the right to demand other people be okay with it. And you know, that's difficult. It can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be, because we have number 6 here, which is the number of the heart. And there is a reminder to keep your heart open, please. I feel perhaps maybe mates. Oh, that's interesting. We had the word mates come in there, so that could be relevant to some of you. Maybe for some of you, you have had to close your heart a little bit. Maybe you've had to form a bit of a hard outer shell to deal with the world around you. And, you know, that is something that happens to us sometimes. It is how it goes. Let's just bring in my spirit message oracle cards here. See what else your soul has to say. But it's certainly a message that you're not alone in this situation. You're not alone. Cosmic alignment. Yeah, things are really lining up for you. Things are really getting ready to change, shift, move, grow. Wow, without the night you won't be able to see the stars. So there's a very strong theme of stars coming through with these 2 cards. Okay, so without the night you wouldn't be able to see the stars, as a reminder that dark experiences are there to help us to appreciate and understand the positive ones. And cosmic alignment, I feel there could be something going on in your astrology here. There could be something interesting going on for you right now. But it does feel like there is a shift, there is a change happening or about to happen in your life, which actually brings this new beginning. And there is a reminder that the best way to approach that is with diplomacy. Very, very important to get on with other people, and also to call on your higher abilities, call on your soul to help and guide you through this time. So I hope that was helpful to you, pile 1. Please do remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Please do leave a comment if there's something you would like to share with us all, and I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2. You've chosen the pile of cards with the hand of Hamsa charm that I will pop over here. So let's take a look at your first cards. We have number 47, the pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Number 9, brown bear spirit, take time out. And number 55, snake spirit, time to heal. Now this is an interesting one. So First of all, I want to say you probably need a rest, and I think higher aspects of you are trying to say to you, this could be the time to actually take a break, to take a career break, to take I want to actually say a longer holiday or vacation, not a short one, not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks. I kind of want to send you away for, you know, maybe a month, maybe 2-3 months if possible. Can you take a year out? Is that something you've been thinking about recently? It does feel like I really want to give you a break from everything, if that makes sense, with this energy that we're looking at here. So I can see that you are very intelligent, very shrewd, and money could certainly be an issue. It could be at the forefront of your mind right now. Perhaps you're prioritizing your career or money above everything else, and I feel like your soul wants to say, you know what, there's more to life than just work. In fact, we have some healing to do, some very, very important healing coming through with this beautiful snake. Is that a cobra? It could be. It's hard to tell. Some of these animals have like wings and bits and pieces on them, but this beautiful snake, and I think this period of healing that your soul wants to nudge you towards will actually take you in a different direction, because it comes in on 55. And interesting, because 5 is the number of the mind, and we have the pig spirit over here talking about the mind. So it could be healing to do with the mind, so it could actually be counselling that's needed, or psychotherapy, or some sort of learning CBT or something, you know, just to, if you have bad habits, or I'm getting the word OCD as well, maybe for some people. Maybe if there are some anxieties or a tendency to depression or anything like that needs to be dealt with. And, you know, just to make your life easier, to make you feel better so that you can enjoy your life more. It does feel important, and there's a very protective energy that comes through with the brown bear spirit. The brown bear is here to protect you, here to take care of you, here to make sure you're all right. Look at her serious face. Very beautiful, very drawn to turquoise crystal for you as well, which I think would be helpful. And my throat's kind of starting to hurt a little bit as I say that, so there could be a blockage on the throat chakra for you that needs to be looked at. Now remember, this is a group reading, so take the elements that make sense for you and leave the ones that don't necessarily expect everything to be for you. So but you have got this sharp mind, and I feel like there are better things for you, and I think your soul knows that, and it's trying to take you on a higher path, on a wiser path, okay, perhaps to even achieve things that you didn't think were possible, because this is a flying pig. Right? I feel like you can really achieve things you weren't even expecting, or maybe hadn't even thought of or considered for yourself. And that, I think that is to do with this wounding, this deep wounding that you're carrying, which could be from this lifetime, could be ancestral or from past life, but I feel for most of you it is connected to this lifetime as well. But there's a huge potential for you, but you've got to rest. It's like you have to slow down to speed up, which is what a card I have in this little deck over here is slow down to speed up. It wouldn't surprise me if that came out in a second. But let's take a look at the Nature Speak Oracle here, see what else we've got. We have Ivy, Stretch and Explore. Yes. Swamp, Face Your Fears. Yeah, that makes sense. And cattail, spread seeds. So certainly with Ivy, I actually want to say yoga or Pilates, something like that. I actually want to say stretch your body. Okay. When we are dealing with any kind of anxiety, depression, mental health, you know, anything like that where our mind is working too much, doing too much thinking about the wrong things that are maybe unhelpful, making us unhappy, our body can get very, very stiff. Okay, particularly if we've been through trauma, you know, or upsetting experiences in our past. And it's not necessarily, you know, terribly traumatic, but traumatic for us, because everyone has some kind of trauma, you know, on various different levels. But for some of you watching, I think there's some more serious trauma as well. So I would encourage you to get the help and support you need with that, please, if you haven't already, or if you have, continue. But Ivy, I want to say you may be suffering from upper back tension, lower back tension. There's a very stiff energy that comes through with this reading, almost like your poor body is seizing up while your mind does all the work, but your mind also runs away and makes you feel terrible. You know, there's a very powerful inner critic for some people watching pile 2, I feel. And with the Swamp, Face Your Fears, it is very much this is the inner journey, you know, to the wounded inner self, the wounded inner child. This is about healing. This is about going in to see where the wound lies and looking at it and helping it to heal, bringing light to it. And that is very difficult and very painful. And it can be very frightening to even consider going there, particularly if it was something very difficult we don't want to talk about anymore, or we might not even remember what it is. So I do feel there is this great need for healing, okay? And it could be physical healing as well, because, you know, the two are always connected. All aspects of us are completely connected with each other. And the cattail spread seeds. Now, this is interesting. It is. I want to say, it's almost like I want to say seeding a new start for you, seeding a new world, seeding a new... seeding new growth within yourself. That's what I want to say. It's like the ivy's taken you over. I want to cut it all away. We'll get through the swamp, and then we can start growing something new together, with your soul, with your divine soul, with the higher aspects of self, which are absolutely here for you through this whole process. You're absolutely not on your own. You are not alone. Ever. You are a divine and beloved child of God, or goddess. You know, however you want to say. It doesn't matter. You can call God whatever you want. For a long time, I couldn't even use the word God because I've been so turned off from it from my own upbringing, because I live in England, and you kind of get Christianity pushed pretty hard on you at school, which is not always enjoyable. Actually, most of the time it's not enjoyable. I don't like the way they do it at all. But I mean, anyway. So, soul writing. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a need, I think, to communicate with higher aspects of self, with the soul. We've got truth here underneath this beautiful little angel here, and all this light pouring in from this gorgeous heart right up here, so this divine heart. It feels like your soul has a lot of communication it would like to do with you. You might actually want to try automatic writing to bring through those messages. You know, if you are somebody who is naturally very intuitive, picks up these messages quite easily, that's great, but remember to write them down. I feel there's a connection with actually writing, physically writing, rather than using a tablet or a phone or a computer or something like that. Physically write it down, because there is power in that. Power in words, power in writing the words out, you know, whatever language is your preferred language. It's very, very powerful. Comes in on very divine feminine energy here as well. I feel for some of you there could be a book for you to write or finish, or another book if you've already written one. But certainly the higher aspects of self want to take you in something of a different direction. And I feel it could be connected to writing, or at least writing your truth, writing about, so it could be blogging. But it feels like your message, you have a message for the world, but you may have forgotten. And I think this is part of your soul's purpose. You have this message for the world, but you may have perhaps forgotten about it. Maybe you don't remember what it is that you're supposed to do now that you're here. You know, that's quite common. We come down with amnesia, don't we? We don't remember what our soul's path was. That's kind of the point. But I feel like your soul kind of wants to get you a little bit back on track at the moment, wants to give you a nudge in the right direction, just to make things a little bit easier. Let's see what else we've got here. No is a complete sentence. Thank you, Chrissy, for that one. Love is all around you always. And taking full responsibility for your life brings freedom. Yes, so taking full responsibility for your healing also brings freedom. So again, I'm going to give you a nudge in that direction, because that's what I feel your soul would like you to do. Obviously, that's not for everyone. This is group reading. No is a complete sentence. Boundaries, please. You don't have to do everything for everybody else all the time. Just because you have the quick mind, because you're clever, because you're capable, doesn't mean you have to do it for everyone else. Doesn't mean you have to run around after everybody else. Okay. That could be family, at work, friends, people taking advantage of you. No more of that, please. Just remember that you are loved. Despite any inner wounding, you are loved, and you are already enough. You are already good enough. You are already loved. And I think that could be perhaps the theme of some of the writing that your soul would like to do with you there. But there is this reminder that it's up to you now. You can change things, and you will change things for yourself. Healing is going to be absolutely key for you, but there's a very beautiful future ahead for you, part 2. So I hope that was helpful. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Please do leave a comment if there's something you would like to share with us all. I would like to hear your words. Please remember to be respectful if you leave a comment. We are all human beings. We try and be nice to each other. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. You've chosen the pile of cards with the Pentagram charm, which we will put over here. And let's take a look at your first card. So we have number 3, Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Number 54, Skunk Spirit, know your worth. And number 36, Koi Fish Spirit, there is always enough. Okay, so it feels like like the higher aspect of you, your soul aspect, wants to talk about your worth, wants to remind you how worthy you are. And there is a little bit of crossover with pile 2 here as well. So if you feel drawn to watch that one as well, that could also be relevant to you. Remember, this is a group reading, so take the elements that make sense for you, leave the ones that don't. Don't necessarily expect everything to be for you, or not all of the messages will be for everyone. So set boundaries, yes, and you do need to know your worth in order to be able to set boundaries. And perhaps you struggle with boundaries because nobody ever taught you how special you are, how wonderful you are, that the world is a safe place for you to actually do that. Perhaps it wasn't safe for you to set boundaries, but I feel like it's time for a new beginning, for a new blueprint for your life. It does feel like it's time for some big change here, because we've got number 3 here and number 36 over here. So 36, 9, 3 and 6 is 9, big manifesting number. But also 3 is the number of the divine blueprint. Okay, I feel like your soul is trying to say, no, we can rewrite the contract now. Okay, we've reached a point in your life where we've done that. Okay, we've done maybe low self-esteem, maybe we've done codependency, we've done bad boundaries. Okay, we've done that. It's time to change it. All right, it's time to change the record. It does feel like there is a need for change in your life, but you get to choose it, and that's exciting. That's wonderful. This isn't about you being told off or admonished by your soul. Far from it. I feel like your soul is saying, okay, let's draw a line under that. Let's move on to something else, because there is always enough. There is enough in the world. I don't want you to feel guilty, pile 3. I feel like you carry a lot of guilt for a lot of people, and I feel like most of this guilt has nothing to do with you whatsoever. Okay, put the bag of rocks down, metaphorically speaking, or if you're carrying a bag of rocks, why are you carrying rocks? It's like, you know, put the bag of rocks down. Please stop carrying everybody else's burdens. I feel many of you could be empaths. You know, you literally pick up on other people's pain, or perhaps you were parentified as a child. Maybe, you know, your parents or caretakers dumped on you emotionally and you felt responsible for everything going on in the house. Maybe there was a messy divorce going on. But I feel there's a lot of pain, a lot of guilt, which isn't yours to carry, so we can let that go. Thank you very much. And there is this new beginning and this reassurance that, you know what, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what state you think your life is in right now. You can always do more. You can always start again, have more. There is enough. There's always enough. The koi fish is a beautiful fish of prosperity, of joy and happiness, and that's what your soul wants for you now, and it will help you to manifest it as well with this magical 36-9 number. So, oh, that card wants to come out. All right, let's bring out Spring New Growth. Lovely, from the Nature Speak Oracle. Let's get a couple more here. We have Swamp. Oh, interesting. That did come up for pile 2 as well. And Carnation, Follow Your Passion. That came up for pile 1. You'd think I hadn't shuffled these. I promise I did. So connection to pile 1 and pile 2 potentially for you here. Now, these are little quickie readings, so it's possible there could be some messages for you in those ones as well. So, yes, it is time to follow your passion now. I feel like, unlike pile 2, I feel like you've done this. I feel like you've dealt with a lot already. I feel like you've done a lot of healing. You've made a lot of effort on your path already to heal, to be a better person. And I don't mean better as in you're a bad person. I mean better as in a more healed person, a more whole person, feeling more confident in yourself. I feel maybe you've done a lot of personal growth. Maybe you've been in counselling. You know, maybe you've been on retreats working on yourself. Maybe you've studied spiritual practice as well. I think for some of you, I think you have faced your fears. I think you're incredibly brave. I think some of you have been through some absolutely catastrophic situations. And I see this strength in you, but I want you to let go of the guilt now. And I feel like your soul is going to help to take you in a new direction. And with this spring card, it's springtime. Yay, we're starting again. How wonderful. There could be a connection to the spring wherever you are in the world as well, because this is a timeless reading. So it could be that next spring could be, or if it's spring now when you're watching it, spring could be very, very important for you. There could be new beginnings or new growth coming in. So it's not necessarily something completely new, but something new being added into your life, new opportunities coming in, new additions coming into your life. And with the Carnation, Follow Your Passion, it does feel like the opportunity to actually manifest what you want now. It's like, yeah, we've done that lesson. Let's move on to actually having a good time. Let's skip to the good part. Except you're not skipping because you've done that. Okay, and this is a theme coming up for lots of clients that I'm talking to at the moment as well. And I know this is timeless, but it's still a thing in the 2020s. Okay, it's absolutely a thing. I'm seeing lots of clients where they're reaching the end of their current soul contract, and it's literally a case of, what's my next soul contract? And the messages I'm getting is, well, there isn't one. It's up to you. What do you want to do? And that's very exciting, very liberating to receive that kind of message. Very, very exciting indeed. So I just want to bring in one of these oracle cards just to get a little bit more from your divine soul, from your higher aspects of self. Oh, hello, spiritual awakening. Number 2, awakening. Very much a spiritual awakening going on for you right now, okay? And it is time. This is very timely. You may have already had very powerful spiritual experiences, but it feels like you're going up a level on a spiritual level. So that's what your soul really wants you to know. Hey, guess what? You just leveled up. Congratulations, you leveled up. So you may actually be getting a lot of inspiration in messages from the higher aspects of self. And this is confirmation for you. Yes, that is happening. Yes, you are getting them. Don't doubt your intuition. Don't doubt your psychic ability. Yes, this is really happening. You are getting those messages from the higher aspects of yourself, from your higher wisdom, your higher knowledge, your higher heart, your soul star chakra, I'm told to say for some of you. So yes, it is happening. You could actually be working on your psychic abilities at the moment. That would be very, very helpful for many of you. That's something I would suggest, I would recommend. So let's just see what else we have for you here with my Spirit Message Oracle. What else does your soul or higher self want to say? What does love mean to you? You are a divine being in human form. Yes, you are. A little reminder of your divine truth. And what you resist healing in yourself persists. Now that's interesting, because as I was saying something earlier, I was looking at the timestamp and it was 22:22 on this. Now it'll be different in the actual video because I have to stick pieces together. I've got some editing to do. But I got 22:22 coming through. So it's interesting we've got 22 here on this card. So I want to give you number 22, and I also want to give you number 2222. Okay, these feel like important numbers for you right now. Look out for them when they show up. That's a message. But yes, what you resist healing in yourself persists. And I feel like you've done the healing and you're waiting for your life to change. Okay, well, the next step is you get to choose to change it. Okay, that's the bit that's missing. That's the missing piece, I feel, for some of you. What does love mean to you? So love is eternal. And you could replace the word love with anything. What does life mean to you? What is it that you want? This card really sort of asks a question. It throws down the gauntlet. What do you want? What's meaningful to you? What's important to you? What's necessary to you? What do you want to do with your life? This is basically the question that this card asks. When I wrote it, I intended for love to be replaced with any other word. Love just came up as kind of like the placeholder for everything, because it's all that's real, all that exists. And you are a divine being in human form. Yes, you are. Is it time for you to step up and remind other people of that, and to remind other people of your own divinity as well? I feel there's a lot of wisdom in you, Pile 3. I think you have a lot to give. I think you have a lot to teach other people as well, perhaps connected to what you've been through. But you're a very, very special soul. I can see that. I hope you know that. So I hope this message was helpful to you, Pile 3. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do leave a comment if there's something you would like to share with us all. I do love to read your comments. Remember to be respectful. Let's all be nice to each other. I will see you in the next video. You take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye. So hello, Pile 4. You've chosen the pile of cards with the butterfly charm, which I will pop over here. So let's take a look at your first cards. You have number 27, Fox Spirit, think on your feet. Number 25, Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. And number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Wow. Okay. So there could be actually an academic theme going on here. I feel like some of you may be training or retraining, or perhaps going to university or being involved in academia somehow. I think that's possible. But it's very interesting because it feels very much like it's time to forge your own path now. It does feel like it is time for you to actually be your own person in some way, shape or form. And I feel like your soul really wants to guide you in that direction. And you may already know what it is that you want to do, or how you want to approach your life and who you truly want to be. And I think there is a lot of experience here with you as well, pile 4, regardless of how old you are. This could be experience that you've brought through from past lives. There's a lot of experience, a lot of intelligence that comes through here. Very cranial person, I see. Very quick-witted, very able to think on your feet, just like the fox spirit here. Perhaps you needed to at some point in your life because things were difficult. But I feel... I want to kind of call you an intellectual. Remember, this is a group reading, so that won't resonate for everyone. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's a group reading. But certainly it feels like it's time to strike out on your own. So there could be a new way that you actually want to teach people. There could be new information that you want to bring to the world right now. It feels very original, very different, a very interesting way of looking at things. I want to say you have a very interesting way of looking at things, and I feel like your soul guidance here is very much to embody who you truly are. You know enough already. Okay, I don't think there's any need for you to particularly learn anything new, because I think you've been there, done that. Okay, but it is your time to shine. It is your time to be your own person, whatever that means for you at this point in time. So let's bring in some cards from the Nature Speak Oracle here. Right, so we have Elm, Trust Intuition, yes. Redwood, Ancient Teachings. And Holly, Be a Spiritual Warrior. So we've got all trees here. Well, holly's technically a bush, but it is a tree as well. I don't know, is it a bush or a tree? I've seen it in both forms. Technically a tree, isn't it? It's a wood. So we've got all trees here coming through. So it's quite a grounded energy, I want to say. You are very intuitive, but I feel like you are here to teach people. And this could literally be spiritual teachings that you are helping to bring forth at the moment, because there is this spiritual warrior card. I feel you are here to genuinely help mankind at this point in time. There is a higher calling. It could be alongside your actual job or study or whatever it is that you do, but it is a very important part of you, I think, and I think that needs to be expressed more in your own unique ways. I think trying to follow somebody else's path right now is just really not going to work for you at all, or somebody else's system, or somebody else's rules, religion. I feel like that's not going to work for you necessarily. So do listen to your intuition, because you're very much divinely guided at the moment. I want to say very much divinely guided. There's a lot of ancient wisdom that you've pulled through from past lives. Okay, I already mentioned this with the elephant, but there's, again, ancient teachings. So I want to say past life stuff coming through, things from your ancestors as well, which could literally be from the ancestors of the land that you live on or your own family line, but ancient teachings coming through you as well. I just get this very strong teacher vibe, so you could actually be a teacher or even a student at the moment, but I feel like I want to say you need to be a spiritual teacher for other people on some level, in some way, shape or form, however that resonates for you. But I think you're going to do it in a very unique way, a very original way, in your own way, and explain things in your own way as well, which is very important. So let's see what else we have for you. Okay. Expansion 44. Now that is exciting. Okay, so energetically we have a card of expansion here, which is talking about your own spiritual expansion. Energetically speaking, we've got your Merkaba in the middle here, so that might be something you've been working on activating. You may have been working on your chakras, you know, on your physical body. You may have been doing a physical spiritual practice like yoga, tai chi, qigong, something like that. Or you could be drawn to do it, in which case this is definitely confirmation that is right for you at this point in time, in this lifetime. All right, because it does feel like on a spiritual level you are in this period of growth right now. It's a very exciting time, very exciting. So see where you feel drawn, see what you feel drawn to do right now, because it's kind of this nebulous energy, nebulous kind of, I want to pull in Neptune as well. And of course this is a timeless reading, so see what Neptune is doing at the point in time when you watch this, and also see how it corresponds to where Neptune is in your chart, in your astrology. Of course, if you're a Pisces, Neptune is your ruling planet, so there's a connection there as well. I want to say connection to dreams. I think things are being shown to you through dreams at the moment. Opportunities being shown to you, perhaps in a symbolic way, perhaps not directly, coming in directly in symbolism rather than in a clear message, shall we say. But there's a very nebulous energy around you right now, and it does feel like there is this huge potential for spiritual growth. and for that to have a knock-on effect in your physical life as well, but positive knock-on effects here, because there's this very grounded tree energy that comes with it. It's like, this is the right moment, this is the right time, the right place for you to be having this big spiritual growth, and I want to say a spiritual impact on the world as well, pile 4. I want to say you will have a spiritual impact on the world. So let's bring in some more cards. Let's see what else your divine soul has to say, the higher aspects of self, where they want to guide you at the moment. Declutter your life. What do you need to let go of? Who do you need to let go of? Situations, places, things, stuff, things cluttering up your garage, your roof, okay, your roof space, your loft space, boxes in a spare room. I feel there's a lot potentially to declutter for some of you. I mean, that's the case for who doesn't have something to get rid of, but decluttering is important, because with the spiritual expansion you're going through, you're going to want to get very clear so you don't get pulled off in different directions and end up going off in the wrong direction a few times before you get the right direction. I think for your own spiritual path, it's very important to get rid of things that you don't need anymore, that you decided you don't need, that you don't want, you sort of, anything that you're keeping for a rainy day, you might want to ask yourself the question if you actually need it, or if energetically it's pulling you in the wrong direction. That's what I want to say with that. Growth starts small. Yes, even a massive, wonderful redwood or an elm, they start as tiny little seedlings. Okay, so remember that, yes, your spiritual path is expanding at the moment, but it won't all just come in at once. It takes, it takes years for a tree to grow strong, and it is going to be step by step right now. But that's okay. It's absolutely okay, because I feel like you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your soul's potential, perhaps you're learning about your soul's past as well through the Akashic records. There's a lot of information coming in for you, and I think you need time to digest that. Whether it's coming through in dreams, whether it's coming through meditation, inspiration, or just claircognizance, you just sort of know it and you don't know why or how you know it. Maybe you're reading books and very much resonating with the information in there and going, oh, I feel like I already knew that on some level. It's all coming in. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So the physical spiritual practice like yoga, tai chi, etc. would be very helpful for you if you don't currently have one. Also, what is truth? Where does it lie? I want to say, what is your truth? What is your truth in this situation? What is your truth in this world? You might not agree with things that we are told are scientific, okay? Because remember, science is all theory. It's all theory. A lot of the science that we have right now is incredibly backward. We hardly know anything about the world. We hardly know anything about the nature of the universe. We hardly know anything at all. And it's foolish and arrogant to think that we do. Okay, we have a few guesses right now. That's about as far as we've got. And that's okay. That's just where we are right now. There is a lot of truth going to come in for you, I think. Possibly a whole new blueprint for life as well. This could be time. This could be the time where you actually start thinking about a major life change. Okay, and you will be absolutely supported in that, I feel, on this very divine number 30 coming in. So there's a potential for big change, but it will be to change to be in alignment with your divine truth. Not someone else's, not what someone else says you should do. Change to be in alignment with your divine truth. And that's quite an exciting message to receive. And I know that's a big message as well, and you might not know what it is yet, and that's okay. You will be divinely guided. I feel you will be protected as well. Remember to ground yourself. Remember to drink enough water during this time, because this is big. All right, this is not a small message. This is a very big message just coming through quite quickly. And I feel you will have this message repeated as well over coming days, months, years as well. So look out for it. So I hope that is helpful to you, pile 4. You have a lot on your plate on a spiritual level, but it's going to be great. You get to be authentic, you get to be you. I hope that was helpful. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Please do comment as well if there's something you would like to share with us all. I do love to read your comments, but just remember to be respectful. Let's be nice to each other. I will see you very soon. You take very, very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.